Hi, welcome back. You guys are actually like currently as we speak blowing up the last video where I go and talk about how competition and competing is ruining video games and how it's ruined my experience of video games and overall the overall enjoyment of the hobby. So thank you for that. But there's another issue that has kind of been pressing my mind that I also want to talk about and share with you again today. And that is the fact that in the current world, and specifically with my generation, which is Gen Z, I know, say what you will about it, whatever. And I think a little bit of millennials as well, is there's a lot of escapism inside of video games. What I mean by that is people play video games to escape their real life responsibilities and duties, which end up causing a really unhealthy relationship with their physical responsibilities, their mental responsibilities, their actual relationships, with their friends, with their families, their jobs. There's a lot that comes with video games, and it comes at a certain point where you just can't be addicted. And I know for me in my current generation, I understand that I can't just blanket statement an entire generation like that. I guess I knowing me, I'll just speak off my own experience here. That I have kind of a very addictive personality that's also paired with a very short attention span. Now, I was born in 1999, so you guessed it, that puts me at the ripe age of about to turn 26 years young. 26 years young, alright? Let's get that out there. But I'm technically part of that first generation where I saw the benefits of technology as well as the benefits of not having technology. There's a lot of good that comes out of technology, and there's a lot of bad that comes out of technology, and I'm specifically talking about the game industry right now. You used to be able to play a bunch of these games that were built to be solo player games. For example, Halo. You would play through the game, you'd have fun, and you'd finish the game. You were imprinted with this memory that lasted you your entire lifetime. And if you've played Halo and you're a fan of Halo, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because every time a new Halo comes out, you're looking forward to it, hoping it can replicate the same feeling of Halo 1, 2, and 3. And then you just kind of get let down. But that's a whole another story. The reality is that we live in a very psychological warfare war with video games that is constantly attacking our FOMO and attention spans to keep us locked into these games for an unspeakable amount of time. And this leads to a pretty big gap inside of our personal lives. I know for me personally, it's ruined relationships. It's impacted my relationship with family, friends. Sometimes it used to impact my relationship with, girls at the time, right? And it probably does a little bit. I don't know. Ask my wife. I'm going to say no. Probably biased. Anyways, I'm going off track. So there's a certain relationship that video games bring into our lives that's both positive and negative. The positive is we are able to go into a video game and we can kind of forget about that real world and the escapism that comes with it, which for some is really nice. For me, it helps with anxiety problems, helps with stress, it helps get my mind in order, and just overall and generally impacts my mood. But the con of that is that if you lean really hard into those feelings, you become extremely addicted to it, so much so that it's really hard to dig yourself out of that hole. And before you know it, minutes have gone by, hours have gone by, days, weeks, months, years, relationships are ruined, your education might be lacking, your job might have fired you, and it overall just creates this negative impact. And games are designed this way to keep you constantly locked in, whether that be through FOMO, which is fear of missing out, things like events, items, like rare items that you'll never see again, experiences, sales. Maybe if you've been waiting for like a game, let's say on like the Steam marketplace, that's like $60, and then finally goes on like one of their crazy sales, and it's like 90% off, and it's $5. I know that's not accurate math, but you kind of get my point, right? There's a lot of things that'll keep us locked into these games. And if we don't address these issues and we don't go into these games understanding that this could cause a pretty bad addiction, you'll end up regretting it so much in the long term. There is so much more to life than sitting behind a screen for 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours a day. And you'll see this a lot in, the successful gurus, YouTubers, and everything like that. Stop wasting your time, optimize your time, whatever. Which I have been down that path, don't get me wrong, but that's a whole different story. As long as you are able to control your addictive impulses, then you can utilize games to be that of only a powerful pro inside of your life for those benefits that I talked about earlier. Help with stress, help with anxiety, help your mind kind of regather itself, and just maybe like a pure dopamine rush to get you out of a sad spot in life. But use that foundation that games could provide you and build on it in real life. Because if you're not building on that foundation, then all it is just sand. It's just going to slip through your fingers, and you're going to watch life go by. You're going to miss all the cool events and everything that's going to happen inside of your actual life. So if you're able to build on the foundation of only the pros that video games give you, then you're able to find a safe sanctuary inside of it that helps you grow and helps you try new avenues in life. For me recently, I've found that I love being in nature. There's just something about it. There's the scenery that's part of it, the vast landscapes, there's the wildlife, the sounds, the smells, the fresh air like blowing through your hair like I'm Fabio or something, even though I'm basically bald. But I just love doing that. And so this has led me to want to go camping more. And so now, me being like an automotive enthusiast who has these modded out sports cars and stuff like that, I'm selling these cars in order to buy, maybe just a rundown 4x4 truck or something like that I can build as a camper. Not like an actual camper, but like a camping utility vehicle where I can go into nature more often, maybe once or twice a month, and build new avenues that I never really expected in my life, new hobbies and passions that I could enjoy. And this all stemmed from me having a good foundation with video games, that I was able to understand my own thoughts and what I kind of really wanted. But I've also been down the path of being extremely over addicted to video games. And I would unfortunately say that's been the majority of my life, has been revolved around games. Now I have explored other things in life, I still have good friends and obviously a family that still loves me and supports me, and I'm blessed for that for sure. And I've also done sports, which has helped me in pretty good health and physical activity and condition. But that still doesn't stop me from sitting down in the middle of the day and grinding World of Warcraft for like 8 to 12 hours straight and just like neglecting all my life's responsibilities. Now, that was the past. I don't thankfully play games as much anymore. I only play for about 2 or 3 hours, and then I'm kind of done for the day. And this has allowed me to actually really balance my life more. It's allowed me to get a better job, build my relationships better, recontrol my financial decisions and finances, make sure that my physical and mental health were in better condition than before. And this is all thanks to controlling the simple addiction of video games. So basically, to wrap up this video, it's kind of all over the place. Don't become addicted to video games. Just don't. You'll damage yourself in the long run. You'll regret missing out on a bunch of life events and experiences that you can share with your friends and family. And if you are going to play video games, then make sure it's within a healthy amount of time, just enough to get what you're looking for out of it, whether it's like mental stability, relieve yourself from stress and anxiety, maybe even form communications with a community or friends and just bonding time, then that's fine. But don't become addicted. There's too much at line and there's too much risk nowadays, especially in our current economy and the way the world is moving, to constantly have our faces in front of screens. And it's the same thing with social media, which I can cover in another video if you guys want. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, thanks for watching. Leave a like, hit that subscribe button. Please leave a comment, letting me know what you guys think, and if there's anything you guys want to talk about or hear my opinions about, or games you want to see me play. I love y'all. Peace.